Hey everybody, thanks for watching my channel, Giddy Up Adventures. Today we're going to talk about 5 mistakes we all make when we're new dual sport riders. Alright, so what are the mistakes? First off and foremost, all the gear all the time is not just a weird acronym. It's something that you have to kind of live by. I'm wearing gloves, real boots, real pants, a real jacket, and my Arai helmet, because even though I'm just going to go out and run a couple errands, I don't know if some jackass is going to pull out in front of me. My wife got into a pretty good accident and broke her ankle in London going around a roundabout, and it was just like a mile from her house. Come to think of it, before Ewan McGregor went around the world or down to South Africa, he also broke his leg or his ankle just right by his house or in his downtown neighborhood that he's used to. So it's not always the big adventure that gets you. It's, you're running to the store for potato chips or something, and that's when you can get hurt. So that is mistake number 1. You got to wear all the gear all the time, every time. Number 2. This one happens pretty rarely, but it's noteworthy. So sometimes I'll be riding along and I'll hear a clunk sound, and I'm not exactly sure what it was. I don't really want to be bothered to stop and pull over and see what it was, but maybe it was just gristle on the highway. But I swear, almost every time I've stopped, I've been like, holy crap, and my phone fell out of the jacket and hit my foot peg. Or one time I heard this popping sound, and I was trying to overpass a 18-wheeler in the rain, and I heard a weird sound, but whatever. I was riding, and I was really new at this time, and when I went for my turn, I had no brakes at all, like 0 brakes, and I was like, what in the hell? And what had happened is I had a rain cover on my pannier, and it had gotten loose, and of course went right into my disc brake, deactivating my rear disc brake. And it was just like a little sound, but thank goodness I thought I better check this out. Well, actually, it was a combination of noticing I had no brakes, but the lesson I learned is when you hear something weird, it could be something bad. So I've dropped cameras, I've dropped phones, I've dropped gloves, spare gloves, all kinds of stuff, glasses, because I just didn't secure everything before I headed out on the bike. I mean, I don't even know how many pairs of sunglasses I've left on my tank bag. So that's mistake number 2 that newbies make. All right, number 3 is not being prepared. So, is your bike ready for the road? Do you have your tires inflated properly? Are you really ready to ride? Are you mentally clear? And those sorts of things. It's part of all the gear all the time, but your bike needs to be, is your chain functioning properly? Do you have luggage stuff hanging off? Is this gonna run into my muffler and get overheated? I don't know. Just a second, I'm shipping one of my books to somebody. So, all right. Thank you, Jay Grindy from Colorado. I hope you enjoyed my book. Anyhow, so back to the preparedness. Do you have all the tools you need to fix a flat? Do you have, that's a lot right there. That's a tube or a patch kit. That's the tire irons. That's the proper size wrench for there and there. So yeah, there's a considerable amount of little tools that you need to be prepared to ride your bike, so you don't get stranded, but also just so you're safe. When you have the improper tire pressure, that can affect not only the longevity of the tires, but also the safety of the bike. All right, so number 4 mistake that newcomers make, newbies, whatever you want to call them, is probably won't be popular for this one, but whatever. It's riding your bike too fast. And I've, knock on wood, I still have not had my, they say there's riders who have had accidents and riders who will. So I ride as if I'm going to get hit. I ride as if a deer is going to pull out in front of me. And so far, I haven't had any problems. My wife and I were riding on some dirt roads over in Central Oregon last summer on July 4th. And, we were going about 35, 40 on these gravel roads. But when we came to a corner, so was the Toyota Tundra that was headed the other way. So you got them going too fast, us going too fast. It's not a good recipe. And usually when it's Toyota Tundra versus motorcycle head-on, the results are much worse. But luckily she came away with a broken pinky. And it was, when I say broken, I mean like applesauce broken. She, it was a pain in the butt. It affected our travel plans all summer. It cost her more than her Husqvarna that she just bought. And she has health care. So, riding too fast, especially on corners, man, I don't like riding in groups because it tends to be a pissing contest of who's more manly or whatever. And I notice that when people are in groups, they just start, there's this competitive thing. We can't help it. We're just that way. And I'd rather, leave the group behind and, whatever, see you at the next bad barbecue place than put myself in danger. And when people go into a corner, even if they're staggered, depending on how you arc that corner, you could run right into somebody or go off the road. So speaking from personal experience, watching my wife get hit by a truck because we were going a little too fast, to almost missing some corners. Riding too fast is, it's usually the biker's fault when accidents happen. Any insurance agent will tell you that. And the faster you're riding, the more aware you gotta be, and you can't always keep up. All right, so the last one, looking at my list there in my tank bag, is pretty simple, and I guarantee you've done it, I've done it. I think I did it last week. But you look down, like I'll look down right now, and oh look, my blinker's on. I made that turn like a mile back there. So it doesn't seem like anything. It's kind of embarrassing when you're in a group and people will give you the hand signal for blinkers. I think it's this, and you feel like an idiot. But we all do it. It takes a good couple of years before it becomes muscle memory. And it seems like no big deal, but if you're going into an intersection and somebody thinks that you're planning on turning left, for example, and if this BMW right here that's coming into the curve, if he thought I was turning left, he might go right in front of me, and when I was really planning on going straight, but he had no idea of knowing that because my indicator says I'm going to take a left. So, unless you want to become a bug on a windshield, that's a habit that seems like no big deal, but it really can bite you in the butt. So it's a good thing when you're riding to just scan everywhere. That should be part of your regular routine, whether it's on a dirt road or in traffic. Always scanning for potential threats, looking close, looking far. And when you're looking close, you might catch that blinker that's still going. So these are my tips. Does anybody have a tip for finding neutral?